Despite operating under the guise of a pro-Israel organization, the New Israel Fund seems to be anything but, having consistently funded and supported BDS-affiliated organizations and supposed human rights groups like Breaking the Silence. The New Israel Fund also consistently petitions in the international community against alleged Israeli war crimes against Palestinian civilians, both within Israel proper as well as in the Palestinian territories. Well, a new video campaign launched by Im Tirtzu now aims to give faces and names to the victims that the New Israel Fund has targeted. And here to tell us all about it is Im Tirtzu's chairman of the board, Douglas Altabef. Douglas, thank you so much for coming in. It's a pleasure to meet you.
My pleasure. All
right, so tell me a little bit about this new campaign. Yeah, take it away. Let's start there.
It's really a very bottom-up type of campaign in the sense that we work with a variety of different groups here in Israel, whether they are minorities that are seeking to integrate into society, the families, the bereaved families of terror victims, people down south near the Gaza border who are certainly living under duress. And in our conversations with them, we found there was a common thread that kept emerging, and that was that they were complaining about various organizations that happened to all be funded by the New Israel Fund that were either defending terrorists in court or defending organizations that were defaming the efforts of the IDF to protect residents of the South.
So it's not so much that the New Israel Fund is directly funding against these victims, you could say, but rather that, their hand is certainly...
Well, their hand is everywhere. They are a foreign fund, a foreign registered fund, that gives money to a variety of Israeli organizations, some of which are very unobjectionable, but many of which are highly objectionable. You mentioned Breaking the Silence. Breaking the Silence goes around the world testifying about war crimes committed by IDF soldiers. Now think about this for a minute. They're showing up at the UN or the European Parliament. If they were really concerned about the welfare of the IDF, why wouldn't they be talking to the brass of the IDF? Why are they going around the world to impugn the soldiers? So in the case of some of these videos, there is one fellow, an Arab fellow from Abu Ghosh, whose son was killed by a terrorist when he was doing guard duty outside of Har Adar, which is right on the Green Line. Moments, just literally minutes before he was shot, he was being screamed at by someone from Hamoked being called a disgrace. Now that organization, Hamoked, that terrorist was being defended in court by Hamoked and being paid for, in effect, by the New Israel Fund.
So, okay, so, I love the idea behind the campaign because it's so kind of, simple in a sense of just giving faces to the people who New Israel Fund is actually hurting.
Yes.
And you mentioned some of the victims just now, so how did you come up with this idea, though? Because, it's brilliant in its simplicity.
Actually, one of the people came up with it.
Really?
One of the people we were working with said, why don't we make films about this? And we said, wow, that's a brilliant idea. So, it would be nice if we thought of it ourselves, but actually, this came from our relationship with these people, each of whom has had has been directly impacted in a negative way by the NIF.
The NIF. All right, so unfortunately we've hit time, but if anybody would like to get involved with Im Tirtzu, if you'd like to learn more information, go to www.imti.org.il.
Right.
There's lots of information and many videos to see, and more
to come.
More to come. Doug, thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you. My pleasure.